Good morning, Vaqueros. Today is Monday, February 17th, and it is currently 62 degrees. We are coming to you from our Edinburgh studio. I'm Victoria Gonzalez.
And I am Celeste Cruz.
And this is Vaquero News.
Campus news,
Events, games,
and activities.
all in one place.
this is Vaquero Radio,
The Val Student Station.
Monday and Wednesday at 11 a.m.
Vaquero Radio.
where
Where your story begins.
National Alzheimer's Buddies advocates for the health of Alzheimer's patients. Here's Celeste Cruz with the story.
Like she kind of stopped me and she was just like, thank you, and that she loved me. And I was just like, oh my goodness, like you don't even really know who I am. I mean,
National Alzheimer's Buddies is an organization recently added at UTRGV. The organization is present in other universities who support and accompany patients affected by Alzheimer's disease. Student members volunteer at Barcelona Assisted Living in McAllen and Bella Vista Assisted Living in Bronzeville. Member of the National Alzheimer's Buddies, Miranda Cifuentes, said students who volunteer get to form connections with patients who have neurodegenerative diseases. Some ways the club interacts with the elderly is by participating in activities together, such as playing loteria, puzzles, dancing, and coloring. Member of National Alzheimer's Buddies, Danielle Barber, explained how volunteers are able to stimulate patients' cognitive ability.
you can kind of volunteer at your own time, and you get paired with one buddy, and this buddy is usually someone who has Alzheimer's or dementia, and we kind of just spend time with them. It kind of like affects their cognitive ability and kind of stimulates it.
She mentioned being part of the organization is beneficial as a medical student.
As a pre-med student, it's also very beneficial to kind of get that patient care interaction, along with getting the volunteer hours that are needed to, a competitive applicant for medical school as well.
She believes being involved is rewarding because volunteers can spend time with someone who most likely doesn't have family members who visit them frequently.
It's more like a learning experience for me of kind of like knowing the symptoms, and honestly it's very rewarding to go and visit someone and just to help someone else out who may not be getting visitors, kind of visiting them and spending time with them that they may not be getting from their family members.
Member of National Alzheimer's Buddies, Laura Mendoza, said she has learned more about Alzheimer's and the organization because her grandmother experienced the condition.
Say that I would like to learn more about it. I know my own grandmother has Alzheimer's, and I've definitely learned so much more and how to, I guess, navigate doing things with my own grandmother and her progress with Alzheimer's.
Students who are interested in joining National Alzheimer's Buddies can visit its Instagram at utrgv_alzbuddies or email utrgv.nab@gmail.com. This is Celeste Cruz for Vaquero Radio. Just the day before Valentine's Day, students were able to understand what love language resonated with them the most. Here is Victoria Gonzalez with the lovely details.
Students who wanted to learn about their top love language had the opportunity to do so during the Leadership Bites Love Language session Thursday at the Edinburgh campus. The Student Leadership Academy and Center for Student Involvement presented the session and provided free food for students who participated in the 5 Love Languages quiz. The first part of the 15th question quiz asked students to answer a pair of 2 questions, where they had to circle the one that best describes them in a relationship. Depending on the question, students had to circle either options A, B, C, D, or E. At the end of the quiz, students had to total their lettered answers. Whichever letter had the highest score, that was the love language that resonated with them the most. In the second part of the quiz, students were able to gain a better understanding of what their top love language meant. The 5 love languages are words of affirmation, quality time, receiving gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. According to Greater Good, the Science of a Meaningful Life, the concept of love language was created by Baptist pastor Gary Chapman around 30 years ago. Through his observations as a marriage counselor, the idea of love languages was created. Chapman believed love languages were an intuitive way to teach couples about how to understand each other's way of expressing affection. He published his book, The 5 Love Languages: How to Express Heartfelt Commitment to Your Mate, in 2009, which guides readers to identify their own love language, as well as their partners. Students were able to put their name on a sticky note and place it on a board in response to their top love language. The most popular love language was quality time. Counseling graduate student Yazabel Rodriguez said the reason quality time was the most picked love language is because time is a gift.
And then quality time is like doing things that you love to do together, just spending time together, even if that means doing homework next to each other because you know you don't have time to hang out otherwise.
As per the other love languages, Simply Psychology said Chapman's book defined words of affirmation as affection through spoken or written words, physical touch as intimate contact, acts of service as thoughtful gestures, and receiving gifts as meaningful presents. Biology sophomore Stephanie Maroquin said she thought her love language was receiving gifts, but after taking the quiz, it turns out it was quality time.
Which makes sense to me too, because I don't get to spend a lot of time with my family now since I moved. I feel like I'm always running out of time, but when I'm with them, like, I appreciate every single moment with my family or my loved ones.
For other events on campus, visit VLink. This is Victoria Gonzalez for Vaquero Radio. The Environmental Awareness Club stands up for the well-being of the community. Here is Celeste Cruz with the story.
Yeah, I think when it comes to environmentalism, it's a lot of things intertwined. So things like health and just like overall well-being go into it, right?
The Environmental Awareness Club is an organization where students engage in community service projects and learn about sustainability, working to create a campus-friendly environment. President of the EAC, Apolonio Flores, explained what the club focuses on.
So the Environmental Awareness Club focuses on bringing forth attention towards like various environmental issues in the valley and just, taking a strong sense of pride over our local ecosystems and making sure students know what's aware in regards to environmental justice within our region.
He listed some locations the organization has visited.
So mainly trips have been like central within the valley. So places like Resaca de la Palma or in Bronzeville or Sal del Rey here in Edinburgh, just trying to highlight and educate about the local ecosystems within our region.
Member of the EAC and director of the farmers market at UTRGV, Sofia Martinez mentioned which locations she enjoyed visiting the most.
One time we went to Los Maples and Enchanted Rock as the EAC back in 2019, and Big Bend. Those are my top two.
EAC hosts the farmers market on campus. Martinez shared the goals the farmers market aims to achieve.
Our main goal for that is to provide fresh veggies, if not possible fresh at least veggies for students to have, like, so they can just go to school and be like, oh, veggies, and they buy them. Like, we want that connection, and so that's why the farmers market exists. But that is actually our main form of fundraising.
Member of the EAC, Angelina Negrete, said how she got involved in the organization and how much impact it had on her.
Walked in and I was like, wow, everyone wants to be like something that has to do with the environment and care about everyone. And I was like, this is like where I feel like I belong. And I took so much inspiration and how much they opened me up to like really enjoy where I'm from and just acknowledge like everything that goes on around this campus.
To learn more about the Environmental Awareness Club, visit its Instagram at EAC_RGV or VLink. This is Celeste Cruz for Vaquero Radio.
And McLean goes up and throws down a monster dunk. That fires up the UTRGV Fieldhouse.
And now time for Vaquero Sports.
The UTRGV men's baseball team has prepared for the 2025 season. Leonardo Guajardo has the details.
We've worked so hard since August, and we're really excited about this group of guys.
Now competing in the Southland Conference, the UTRGV men's baseball team is ready to showcase its skills of the new and experienced athletes this season. Last season, the Vaqueros played in the Western Athletic Conference and finished with an overall record of 29-25 and 15-15 in conference play, ultimately finishing the conference in 7th place out of 11 colleges. Head coach Derek Matlock expressed his commitment in having the team compete for a championship.
Last time this school's been in the regional was 1986. It's a pretty long stretch. But last year we hadn't beat Texas for 54 years and beat them. So we're going to go shoot for a championship. That's what we're in here to do. And if you don't shoot for something up there, and your expectations are lower than that, it's really hard to ever reach that. So we're all in here for one purpose, and that's to win a championship.
He highlighted the importance culture has on keeping the athletes motivated on the field.
Our culture is about being very accountable, blue collar, and committed, and being selfless. Those things are what we are built on. That's what we built this program for. So all I do is keep them accountable to the culture.
According to Matlock, baseball is not just a physical sport, it is also a mental game where players' mindsets and attitudes play a significant role in the team's performance. Matlock discussed the difficulty in maintaining a calm and focused mind when in the field.
Baseball is not a football type game where you get all pumped up and go tackle somebody. It's a fine muscle motor sport, and you got to be real calm and concentrate. So just try to keep them calm and try to just stay in the routines and stay with the process.
Graduate pitcher Angelo Cabral and graduate shortstop Isaac Lopez are some of the standout players leading the team forward. Last season, Cabral struck out 8 players on opening night before having to miss the remainder of the season due to an injury. Now, he's back to open for the Vaqueros' first season game, which took place Friday. He shared his enthusiasm in getting back into the field and competing in a new conference.
It's going to be really exciting. We have a lot of good bats. We got some good pitchers coming out of the pen. I mean, we have a good whole weekend rotation. I really think we have a lot of potential this year, especially taking on this new Southland Conference. Just been waiting all fall just to face somebody new.
He discussed his healing journey and the process he undertook to remain in top physical condition.
I have a great PT. I mean, I had a really good recovery, especially from my doctor who was able to help me. Just going hard on PT, making sure the arm's getting strength, and really taking care of that part of it, making sure my nutrition, everything's up, being able to hold my weight, hold my velo so I can perform for a full season.
Lopez is beginning his 5th year with UTRGV, and his experience is now a driving motivator for the new athletes. He described his goal in mentoring the underclassmen and helping them become the best version they can be.
It is my last year here. Any knowledge that I have that I've learned throughout my years, I just dish it on them. If I see somewhere where I can help them out, I'm not afraid to tell them, and hopefully it'll better their career. Not just them as a player, but help them better as a person.
He discussed his experience at the Northwoods League and how it prepared him to tackle the upcoming season.
Northwoods is awesome, man. I mean, your team in the Northwoods is like literally your brothers because you're with them every single day. It's an absolute grind. Northwoods prepares ball players for minor league ball for sure, and you just build awesome relationships with the staff there and especially the players there. You meet a bunch of different players from different places, and it's really good competition too, so you're going to have to step up your game and just enjoy the time there.
The men's baseball team opened its first 3-game series last weekend against Southern Illinois. Results are available at goutrgv.com. This is Leonardo Guajardo for Vaquero Radio.
Newton drops straight back towards a crossing route. McCaffrey, touchdown. That's big time.
Good morning, Vaqueros. Here's the sports schedule for this week. The men's basketball team will face the University of Incarnate Word Monday at 6:30 p.m. at home. The women's golf team will compete at the Islander Classic on Monday all day in Corpus Christi, Texas. The men's golf team will compete in the Border Olympics on Monday all day in Laredo, Texas. The women's basketball team will compete against McNeese State University Thursday at 6 p.m. in Lake Charles, Louisiana. The women's tennis team will go head-to-head against Southwestern University on Thursday at 3 p.m. in Georgetown, Texas. Don't forget to bring your student ID to all UTRGV games for free admission and support our student athletes by showing up. This is Leonardo Guajardo for Vaquero Radio.
And now for this week's events calendar.
What's up, Vaqueros? Let's check out all the fun events going on this week. Today, from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. on the Brownsville campus, a Swiftie karaoke will be held at the Student Union Game Room. And on the Edinburgh campus, a Falling for IFSO tabling will be held from noon to 2 p.m. near the library. On Wednesday, on both campuses' Student Union Game Rooms, a Mortal Kombat tournament will be held from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Then on Thursday, the Korean International Student Society will host a KISS fundraiser at the Edinburgh Library from 10:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. That is the event calendar for this week, Vaqueros. Don't forget to bring your student ID to all UTRGV events. This is Ariana Gallardo for Vaquero Radio.
And now, for this week's campus weather report.
Good morning, Vaqueros. This is the weather forecast for this week. Today we'll have partly cloudy skies with a high of 76 and a low of 62. Tuesday will continue with cloudy skies reaching a high of 86 and a low of 43. On Wednesday, it will be windy with some showers in the morning, and in the afternoon we will reach a high of 49 and a low of 31. Thursday, there will be partly cloudy skies with a high near 50 and a low of 42. And on Friday, there will be cloudy skies with a high near 59 and a low of 49. That is the weather forecast for this week. Please dress accordingly to these weather conditions. This is Jan Trejo for Vaquero Radio.
That is the newscast for this week.
Remember to read our news articles every week on our website, utrgvradio.com.
Tune in to Vaquero Radio through our website or download the Radio Garden app to listen wherever you are and enjoy the best DJ shows around campus. Remember to check out our YouTube channel for the latest news from UTRGV and the Valley.
Our weekly newscast will also broadcast at 11 a.m. every Wednesday.
Join us next week, same time, same place.
Only on Vaquero Radio, the Valley student station.
Thanks for tuning in, Vaqueros. Be sure to saddle up at 11 a.m. every Monday and Wednesday for another newscast. And as always, V's up!